Welcome to this episode of Life to a Teee. Today, we sit down with one of my favorite musicians of all time, Ghost, aka part of the duo Show Dem Camp.
Hello, Teee.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Tell the people a little bit about who you are.
Ghost, Show Dem Camp, one half of Show Dem Camp, rapper extraordinaire. That's basically all I do, basically.
Dad.
I think friend, brother.
Ish. Friend is ish. That one is friend-ish.
I mean, I'm a good friend, I think. I try to be.
Ish.
I'm not a good friend.
No, you're a great friend. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, one of the reasons I created Life to a Teee was there are so many people who are in my world, thankfully, and I'm grateful for that, who I call them unsung heroes. But you're actually not an unsung hero because a lot of people know who you are, but you've added so much impact into the world, in the music industry, the entertainment industry at large. And people don't have access to you. They can't just like call you. I'm lucky enough that I can be like, hi, Ghost, I need a favor. And we can just like have conversations. And we talk so much about everything that I often like to make it feel like people are in a living room sitting with us and having a conversation. Because I think you're incredibly wise, I think you're incredibly smart, and you're incredibly intentional about what you put out into the world. So we're gonna talk about the journey of, you know, Show Dem Camp, your entrepreneurial ventures, what you want to leave as a legacy for your kids, and also just in general, like some of the impact you've had on the up and coming artists, because you've had so much impact. And I don't think people give you enough flowers. I always say that. I don't think anyone gets enough flowers because you're not intentionally loud. Yeah. So that's some of the things we're going to talk about. It's just like who you are, and then like, you know, people are basically listening in on our conversation.
Let's go, Teee.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Okay. So we're going to start off with what I call fire questions. Right? Fire questions like this or that.
Fire questions.
Fire question, this or that.
I
so
like the sound of this.
If the first one, if the answer is not what I want it to be, we're going to have problems. So I'm going to start there. Okay.
Fire question.
Yam and egg or beans and plantain?
Yam and egg.
There we go. This is why we're friends.
That's not even it.
This is why we're no, but people choose beans and plantain.
Beans and plantain.
People choose beans and plantain, and I don't understand
I
why.
mean, it's banging, but come on.
Okay, London or Lagos?
Lagos. Bro.
Really?
Yeah, man. You have to be home. You know, even though like people complain about being at home, but there's so much you can get away with.
I don't know if that's a good thing or
I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of things that you can't do in London that you can do in Lagos.
Like?
Don't worry, it's not. We'll unpack it.
We'll unpack it. And then my last fire question for you is private school or public school?
What's the difference?
Private school you pay for now. Public school is general population.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In terms of
like your preference for your kids and like the future.
I think depends on the ages of I think I like to have a balance with people. I want my children to have a balance of what they experience in life. So I think a mixture of both will work for me. Okay, that's depending on their age.
Depending on their age. Okay, well, thank you. I got to learn a little bit more about you. I knew the yam and egg part, but I wasn't sure. You've never spoken about beans and plantains. So I was like, just in case, I need to tell me yam and egg every day. Every morning. In fact, if I could eat one meal for the rest of my life, it would be yam and egg.
If I could eat one meal, it would be rice and stew.
Rice and stew, white rice specifically, or fried rice.
No, not fada. Apparently, it's supposed to be healthy.
Yeah, it's better. That's what I asked. It's better for you.
Yeah, no, white rice.
The carbs.
Basmati, that's healthy.
I'm not a basmati person.
Really? I'm not really vibing on that.
There are things we disagree on, but we can leave it there. So let's start with, you know, the legacy you've created with Show Dem Camp. Show Dem Camp has been it's Alte music, Abby. Like, what would you classify Show Dem Camp as? Is it Alte?
As in, that's the thing. I don't think.
Is it rap? It's a rap duo, right?
We're a rap duo.
Okay.
And we created a lane for ourselves because, like, coming back to Nigeria and making music, we didn't plan on making music. Although, like, myself and Tech have been doing music for a long time, ever since we were in university. I battled him and I smashed him. Pause. Whoa. Bro, that was terrible. No, you need to edit that out, bro. Like, what? I'm hurting myself right here. Whoever the production guy is here, I know you personally. if you do not take that stuff out, we have beef, Baji. What?
Okay, so you battled him and you won.
I won.
Okay.
And
Tech, you might want to dispute this in the comments. I don't know.
there's no way you can dispute it. Like,
So you battled him, you won.
I won.
Okay.
Then we started making music together afterwards.
This was back in London, right?
This was back in London.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Tech went on to do. Actually, we continued doing. Basically, we were the last guy standing, making music, because he went to work for, I think it was a company called Cisco, and I was in university in America at the time. And no, actually, I came back actually. So I was in another university in England, and we decided that we're going to continue doing music, and we were the last people standing. One of my friends, I moved back to Nigeria, I think it was 2000, a long time ago.
A long time ago.
I'm not going to say the time, but I moved back to Nigeria because for family reasons, and then my guy was working in management. It was called Dojos. So my friend Femi Ogunikwe. And he brought me on board. We started working on tours. So we did the first Two-Face, like, Africa
tour. Oh, wow.
So so these young guys gave us loads of money. Probably squandered a little bit of it.
Give me some.
You don't go. But so that's how we got back into the game. So Two-Face and I think it was Sounds for Town, rest in peace, heard me rapping to one of the instruments. There was a live set, and I just started rapping to the. Then I was like, this guy, you rap? I was like, yo, yeah, I do that. And
I do that.
Yeah, so we started going back. I'd called Wale, like, yo, I'm about to start doing this music over here again. Are you down? He quit his job.
What?
He quit his job.
Wait,
he was in Amsterdam. He quit.
Wait, he quit back. A great paying job.
A great paying job.
Not good though.
And he had a babe at the time of. The babe wasn't feeling that move. The babe wasn't feeling that move. See, but shout out to you. That's how you have to. Now you see Wale now. That's how you have to give them the. You see.
Take the risk. He took the risk. You were worth the risk.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never heard that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He actually came back. He was like, yeah, goes for my riding. So he quit his job. Everybody thought we were insane. No,
I still think you're insane. But knowing where you are now, I'm really proud you guys did that. But if you told me that's what you guys were doing then, I would have thought you were mad.
Yeah, we were. Because, like, coming from Nigeria, like, everybody's like, go to school.
Be a doctor, be an engineer.
Be a lawyer, be an engineer, all these kind of things. But, like, us, we want to rap. And the thing about it is that everything about it, what I like to say, because I actually tweeted about this today because I was coming for this interview and I started listening to our old stuff, and everything that we've been through is actually in our music. From our Clone Wars tapes to
Tinubu Times
projects to there's no Tinubu Times.
No, I laugh about Tinubu. Someone tweeted, "Are you going to make Tinubu Times?" And you said, "Absolutely not."
Definitely not making Tinubu Times. But yeah, that's how we started off, and a legacy in that sense. I don't know how else to do it, how else to say that we leave a legacy, but through the music and what we like I said today, like, you look up at the grind and then you're like, bro, I really put my life
on the line
into it. Yeah. Not only on the line, into it, on the line, and we believed in ourselves, you bet on yourself. And
so is that what you would tell like an upcoming musician, like bet on yourself? No. What would you say to someone who's looking at you now, like, Ghost is doing what I want to do?
I mean, first of all, the industry now is a lot different from it than it was then. Although, like, there are less gatekeepers than there were then, but there's still gatekeeping. And I think, what would I tell somebody now? Like, do your stuff, but have multiple things that you're doing. If I look back, like, I think I would like to be into, like, I'd like to do a bit of filming. Yeah, I mean, I can't really deal with artists.
Why? Because you know how you are as an artist.
Yeah, I know how I am. So, and I don't have time. I don't have patience for rubbish. Yeah, and I think artists, they have a lot of BS that I can't deal with. So, otherwise, I would have probably gone into, like, management. I think A&R is more my lane. So but I still have to deal with an artist. Yeah. But A&R is more my thing.
Okay, so that's the future.
So that's my. I'm not sure about the future. I mean, you might see me on the screen. I might be acting or giving them
Yeah, I want to see you more on screen. We talk about this. So, in case you guys didn't know, one of the things I joke with you about is how much, and you will tell me in the comments what you think. Like, Ghost has a voice that can do story time, right? Like, you have a voice. Story time, like a story
Tales
time.
by Moonlight.
Yes, and I think that's one of my favorite albums actually. Is it a song? It's a song, isn't it? It's a song. The song in your album. It's one of my favorite songs because it's very like. It's deep, but it also allows you to kind of like just close your eyes and think about what you're saying, right? And we might add a clip on excerpt in it if YouTube doesn't pull it down. But I think you have a voice that people listen to you. Like you have that authoritative, like, I can't do it properly, but and I think, being on screen is one thing, but there's so many avenues that you can leverage your voice for. You've leveraged your voice for the music industry in Africa and, across the world because you host Palmwine Fest, right? But there's so much more that your voice can lend to in the industry that I think you're not tapping into, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. But the thing is that, I think I have like a focus for this music that we're doing that kind of it's an addiction. Like I sit up at night writing. Like I wake up in the morning and write. At night I wake up and I write stuff. It doesn't necessarily go into the albums, but it's a form of therapy for me. And a lot of the time I'm so focused on just getting this stuff out of me, that I kind of I'm trapped in this like you know what, I need to get this music and I need people to hear this stuff that I sometimes and also with stuff that happens, being a dad and it kind of locks me away from other things I should be doing. But I do agree, and we talked about this, like I do agree that I need to do other stuff, and I've thought about it, but a lot of the time just getting started.
Is it fair?
No, it's definitely not fair. It's just
yeah, because you packed up your life and decided to do music.
Exactly. So it's not fair. It's just I think it's time management.
Got it. So would you say you're not great at time management?
I'm not. I think we can say that.
You're not great at time.
I'm not great at time management, but I just also think that there are not enough hours of the day for a lot of the things that I want to do.
Fair.
Per day.
Fair. And I think you've done a lot. I think, I want you to sit in the fact that you've done a lot. So let's talk about Palmwine Fest.
Okay.
Because, and this is, I don't know if you know this, but most of the artists that I now listen to came from Palmwine Fest. And they were really small artists, like when they were on your stages. And now they're some of the biggest artists in the world. Or even so, they just have a bigger platform now. Yeah. And you guys did that. Like, I don't think anyone in the industry can turn around and say they knew who this person was if it wasn't for your platform. So, thank you for that. But also, what inspired you to say, hey, it's our time as OGs to bring the new creators onto the scene?
Like a lot of things in life, you have to take them by the horn. You have to take things by the horn. And it was out of necessity. There were all these shows that were going on. There was like, I'm not going to say the names on the shows here, but there were shows that were people, and they would come and they would say, okay, you guys have 10 minutes to perform. And like you see, Palmwine Fest, we like a live band and everything. Like we had all these things. It's supposed to be an experience. So like, how are we going to get our message across to these people with just 10 minutes? And they're like 100 artists on this thing. So like and then we weren't getting booked for shows. So we're like, you know what? This is not like, we know we're good artists, like we can make good music, and then we have people that listen to this music. Let's create a lane for ourselves. And myself and Tech started doing the Palmwine sessions before Palmwine Festival.
Correct.
So we did small sessions in different places, which turned out to be like, we started building a following. So it started off in places like Bogobiri. We did one on the mainland in Olukpeju, and it grew into Palmwine Fest. Like we were good with like 500 people showing at that thing, but the first one ended up being like 1,500 people. Like a lot of people came to support. MI, EJ, Bodge, Poe, everybody came to support us at that point in time. So it grew into that, and I think it really comes from necessity. Like you build a lane for yourself. Like, you know what, we're going to barge to, and I think that's what Show Dem embodies as like a group. We embody like, you know what, people are doubting us, and we're just believing in ourselves, and we're going to show them.
I love that. People are doubting us, but we're still going to believe in ourselves. And to your point, Show Dem does embody it. When I think about, granted, I know both of you personally, when I think about the growth of Palmwine Fest, and I see the excitement on the artist's face on stage, and I see, the thing is, you also have a following and a crowd of good vibes. Good vibes and beautiful women go to Palmwine Festival. Good vibes and beautiful women go to Palmwine Festival.
I'm telling you.
But like everyone, I may not have known this artist from Adam, but they're on stage and you just want to show them love because you guys have curated a space where we as the audience people are like, we know this is hard. We know they're probably scared, but they're doing it and betting on themselves. And also they have the backing of OGs betting on them too. And I think for that, the industry could do a better job of following what you guys have set up. For up and coming artists. I don't think we develop artists enough these days.
I don't think so. But the thing is also, like, these artists that we're talking about, they're dope artists.
Fantastic artists.
So that's the thing, like, the music speaks for itself. And when you hear it, you're like, yo, you guy, I don't know if you know, but you're a really dope artist. Yeah. So, and we like that, and we like the fact that, Show Dem Camp have like, it has like a stamp of approval in terms of quality.
Facts.
Yeah, so I think I like that
you people don't play.
Yeah, if it's an artist that we're messing with, the artist is a certain caliber of quality, and I like that.
Does your management team add to that? Do you think what you've all created in like who manages you, who works with you, does that create that atmosphere of like, we don't play, we want the best, we're going to deliver the best?
Most definitely, especially with the festival. Like with the festival has grown into an engine where we can actually step back and be more creative as opposed to what we used to do before. Although some people have a Superman role that they need to be in everything. But I think our management definitely helps with this level. They definitely believe in the level of quality that we should be working, and that helps because you need a team to make the teamwork makes the dream work, as they say.
Teamwork makes the dream work. You know what people say about Show Dem Camp, about the Palmwine Festival?
What is it?
You can't be late because they start on time. You know that, right?
So
whenever I'm going to Palmwine Fest, I always know that I can't be later than 1 hour max. Because the first hour I think is like mingling and people like getting food and getting drinks. But I think it might have been even GT, Godwin Tom, that said it. Godwin's like, I don't like people staying out later than they need to when it comes to our festivals because of the crowd that you pull. Yeah. And I think that level of like intentionality into, and I've seen you tweet it, there's no reason for artists to be coming on stage at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning.
Definitely.
When your festival starts at 8 a.m. Right, 8 p.m. rather. Like, there's no reason to be starting at 3, 4 a.m. To me, it's a disrespect to the actual audience themselves because who's standing for 6, 7 hours with our backs, our age? No,
the thing also with the festival, a lot of the thing is that you start early because we want to showcase artists.
Correct.
And then when we start our set, like it's obviously about bringing the people who we featured on the project. So, especially when you have like a plan for like these things, they're super.
I know logistics is logistics.
Yeah, exactly. So you have the plan, but
plan A and then plan C happens,
and plan D. It goes to plan D, and you're like, okay, F it.
Yeah.
So let's just go. And a lot of that happens every year with Palmwine Festival. You have a set time of things happening, but because of the artists you want to showcase and the guest artists as well, you have to make sure that people start on time, especially the people who are the guests. Yeah, the people who are starting the show. I have to make sure they come on time. And I like the vibe of people thinking that, come to Palmwine Fest on time. Although people have always said, Show Dem Camp, it's 12. When are you guys coming on stage? I'm like, bro, we're here. We're here, but we just have to show you, and we have to give you the experience.
Oh, I love. So with that, what would legacy look like then for you? Because I feel like you've built a legacy in Palmwine Fest in just like, being OGs in the industry, putting people on. People know they can come to you all for like true, unfiltered advice when it comes to like the rap scene in Africa, the rap scene, being a duo. What would legacy look like now for you? Because you've done a lot.
Legacy. I think what you leave behind, that's the definition of legacy, right? Like what you built and what you leave behind, right? I think you said it like, what would you like to leave? What would, like, if your children could Google you?
Yeah.
What would that look like? And I think the thing is about my children are like
old enough to Google you.
Yeah, old enough to Google me, number one, and they're fans of my music.
Oh, are they?
My son knows almost all my raps.
Oh, that's lovely.
But he still thinks Charlie Poppy's the dopest.
He's trying to humble you.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think he needs to chill. And then my children were actually on one of my albums, these Buhari Times. They were on the intro of that. So in terms of legacy, I think what it means to be comfortable in your own skin, I think I want to give that to my children. I want them to be okay with being who they are, comfortable in their own skin, and exploring what they want to explore, not what I think they should explore. You know, in terms of legacy, I think so that is for like family-wise. In terms of legacy, I think also for my family, the fact that, you know, if they didn't believe in me before, they can be proud of what I've done up until this point. In terms of for other artists, legacy would be, you know, like, guys, be authentic to yourself and be pure to the art. But also try and you need to make that money, and you have to find avenues for yourself to make that money in terms, and, you know, build a market that is true to you. Understand? Because Show Dem Camp, and like people have 1 million followers on social media, but if you go to their shows, they might not have 1,000. So but Show Dem Camp, what I'm grateful for is the fact that we have actual real fans, a real following, and a real community of people.
I like you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I'm always front row at your shows.
Yes, you are.
I'm always front row.
You are VIP, chill.
Wow. Wow, don't expose me, please. You know, random fact, you know, I've paid for your concerts before.
Really?
1,000%.
Oh, I'm sure.
1,000%. No, 1,000%.
Yeah, you have.
Your London shows, your US shows. If I can't attend, I give people the tickets.
But you always have
VIP. I know. Yeah. I always have all access. I know.
Okay. But you do.
But I think, you know, I believe that that's something no one talks about. It's not everything can be free.
And supporting your people.
And you're supporting your people in every single thing you do. Like, even the people producing this they're people I know. And I think it's important to allow artists to be artists, but support the craft, because the craft isn't free. Yeah. So even if I buy tickets for other people, even if I get all access or GA, I don't care. Like, for me, it's always been a case of, I like this music, I like these people, and they are my friends. Versus like, they're my friends, let me get everything for free. That I just don't think that's sustainable. Especially, we all know music doesn't always pay, right? And until you get to a certain point, that's only when it does pay. So it's understanding that these people are still grinding and hustling, and you as friends and fans have to support. All your merch I even have your merch in my bag. Like, all of you lot's merch, I buy.
But do you like the merch?
I love the merch. Okay. I love the merch, yeah.
I was going to ask you, like, with this, like, the life of Teee and how, like, what made you decide to do that? That's
a great question. And I answered it in one of the last season I spoke. And I just think that there are so many incredible people that people want to know about. And people don't ask them the uncomfortable conversations. Like, I can ask you the standard questions that you probably have asked in interviews. I don't care about that, because I know those answers. I want to know, like, who is Ghost? Who are do you know what I mean? Like, who are the people that
want to know?
I can't be coming down. Who are the people in my world, and why do I keep them in my world? And what are the similarities that we have? And, you know, what are the gems that other people can listen to? Because, to your point, you have a following. You have people who are listening to every single thing you say. And they might want, like, some people may not even know your dad, right? So it's like, I can ask you that because we talk about it all the time, because I'm a parent. So, you know, showcasing the people who are successful on their way to success. And I joke with, you know, I was saying this to my husband not too long ago, is there's not that many billionaires in the world. So everyone constantly trying to aspire or listen to only people who are billionaires on podcasts isn't sustainable. Because the chance of you becoming a billionaire is less than you becoming a millionaire or a thousandaire. So why don't I speak to the thousandaires and the millionaires that are in my world, and the people who are en route to success in different spaces? And if you listen, you listen. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. But I hope people take away that your life doesn't have to be this grind nonstop. right? You
And
can
it also doesn't have to be perfect.
and it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be ugly,
Yeah.
right? And like, I'm intentionally not talking about the ugly in our worlds, but I'm talking about the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's yours and you own it. And I want the people listening to like own it and understand that you are perfect just as you are. And it's going to take some hard work to get to where you want to go to. And no one tells you that. No one tells you that it's going to be ugly some days, but some days the sun is going to shine so bright that you're not even going to remember the ugly days where you were crying.
That's one of the reasons why I do music.
Yeah.
Because of it's like the journal. You have a journal of ugly days and good days. That's one of the reasons why I do music.
Well, I'm closing us out with 2 questions.
Okay.
Because I always think there's probably going to be a part 2 of this, right? Because you're always, in London, we're in the US, we're in Lagos. How do you find balance in everything that you do? Like, how do you ground Ghost?
I think I am generally from my mom. I think my parents did a good job with me personally. I think myself and Tech, that's the reason why we've lasted as a group for so long, is because we're pretty like down to earth and level-headed in terms of like, you won't see us go into a club and on the table with bottles of champagne and all that stuff. I'll just like being like the level of attention that you get and adoration you get from fans, you know, which is welcome, but there's still the human aspect of it. I think that with the people I've surrounded myself with my family and how I am generally, I think balance is something that I've always had in my life. You know, from when I was, I mean, people don't know this. I'm an only child. So I spent, yeah, you see.
Why didn't I know?
You didn't even know that.
Who, you're an only child?
Yeah.
No, we need to talk about this offline.
So I spend a lot of time by myself, and I'm very comfortable being alone. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why they even call me Ghost.
Oh, you said I didn't know. Wait, so they call you Ghost because you're an only child? That's mean.
Not because I'm an only child, but one of the reasons why they call me Ghost is because I don't have to be around all the time.
Fair. Yeah, you're very inconspicuous.
Yeah, I'm very like I like my own space and my own company. But you know, even with family and everything, you know, sometimes I have to get away from the children, go to the toilet, chill. Like I write bars.
Men and toilets.
Bro, you don't understand. You know, let's not be too explicit here. But you know, you wake up in the morning and you want to release energy, so it goes together. You understand? You are in the toilet and release the whole stuff. So the bad vibes, everything, it goes well in the toilet.
Let's wrap it. You're going to start giving us too much information about the toilet.
What's the last question?
Yes, so I'm still wrapping my head around that. I've known you for literally nearly a decade. Did not know you were an only child. Wow. Didn't know why people called you Ghost. And this is why we have these conversations. Yeah. And then my last question is, what would you say to a younger version of you? Would you still do this? Would you take the risk again?
Yes, most definitely. I would probably do more managerial work on myself. Okay. Yeah, so like in terms of like doing other things apart from like rapping. So even in the music thing, but like I'm very focused on rap. I think I'll be a lot more in production. Okay. I would love to produce.
Are you in therapy? Unrelated. Are you in therapy?
Kind of on and off.
On and off. Let's keep it on. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, talking to, especially, I don't know. You know, people can go and sell your gist online. I don't trust people. I have trust issues.
Yeah. Clearly, that's why I said get a therapist. What do you mean people can sell your gist online?
What?
Then get an international therapist then, or
but, you know,
online.
That's what I'm saying. Online people, like the online therapists, it's a scam.
Then get an in-person therapist. Don't they have to sign an NDA?
Bro, NDA. That's what I'm saying to you. This is Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what I said. Find a therapist not in Nigeria then.
Yeah, but you know, might have to pay pounds for that.
Yeah. Is that like, this is sidebar, is that really the hard part? Is that because you guys have grown so much as a brand, that is something you're fearful of, is like people leveraging knowing so much about you? I
mean, for me to trust somebody with my darkest emotion, but the thing is that I don't have a problem with that because I'm pretty much an open book. A lot of things I actually put it in my music.
You do?
Yeah, so like I'm pretty much an open book. I feel like if that is my therapy, but I have spoken to a therapist a couple of times, And I think that therapy is something everyone should do because there are things that you don't know about yourself that, like trauma, you have to get past. You know, and me personally, in the past 3 years, I've needed some therapy, and I've done a little bit, but need some more.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm glad you joined us on this
Thank you
podcast.
for having me.
This was so fun. I learned so much about you, actually, just so you know.
I can't believe you didn't even know I was an only child.
I did not know you were, when have you said, hey, I'm an only child?
That people don't announce that kind of stuff now.
I thought they do, like, maybe it's me.
But do I seem like an only child?
No, you don't seem like an only child.
What do only children look like?
They're selfish, you're not selfish.
Yo,
you're not selfish.
You know what?
You're not selfish.
That's why you're my G.
You're not selfish.
Thank you.
But you also surround yourself with like good people, like family, like homies that operate like their family. So I just assumed one of them were your brothers, somebody else was your brother. I never assumed that like you were by yourself. And then you also have a duo. Like Wale is basically your brother.
Yeah, all
right. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure sitting down and talking all things legacy, talking about music, and talking about how he balances it all. As you can see, it's not easy, it's hard, but we all try and figure out how we live our life to a T together.
Yeah, I like that bar.